Back at the Dome at America's Center in St. Louis, where the Rams lead the Atlanta Falcons 17-6. And every time you watch Kurt Warner play, you're looking at one of the great stories in NFL history. But as you look at the Pro Bowl quarterbacks chosen this year, you're looking at a lot of success stories there, Bill.
Well, yeah, just look at the NFC. I mean, heck, you talk about Jeff Garcia and Kurt Warner and even Favre. I mean, at some point in time, all these guys were told that they're not the guy. Either they couldn't play in this league. How about the Tom Brady story? Rich Gannon, heck, they booted him out 2 or 3 times. Cordell Stewart said he couldn't do it. Almost got rid of him a couple of years ago. And you know what it's all about? It's about character. It really is, you know. It's not so much athletic ability, but it's about perseverance.
Underway second half, Derek Vaughn at the 3 on the return. Is hit and brought down short of the 25-yard line. Sean Moran, defensive tackle, gets down, does a good job taking down Derek Vaughn. First half, Atlanta puts up 193 yards in offense. Atlanta 154, the Rams 193. Each team with 2 turnovers. Michael Vick threw 1 interception, fumbled once. Kurt Warner was picked off twice. Time of possession edge to the Rams. They had a 75-yard touchdown drive and an 82-yard touchdown drive. George Lane has replaced Bob Christian at fullback. Maurice Smith in the backfield with Michael Vick. It's Smith.
Oh my goodness.
And he is brought down up the 33-yard line.
Now, this is a power O play, and they bring the backside. They bring Keenan Forney, number 65, and George Lane. I want you to watch this guy here and this guy here and what they do on this pull. They just blow up the linebacker and knock him back. 2 of them take off 2 linebackers. London Fletcher maintains his balance as he regroups, but still, look at the gain, 8.5 yards.
Second and 2. Sean Jefferson and Terrence Mathis, the wide receivers. It's Smith taking it outside. And he lunges forward just short of the 35-yard line. It's going to be a little short of the first down. London Fletcher and Aeneas Williams combining on the tackle. London Fletcher, another man who certainly warranted consideration for the Pro Bowl, because the Rams defense has really improved from one of the worst last season to one of the top this season.
You know, he ranks high in almost every statistic defensively. Leads the team in tackles, has 4.5 sacks, 2 interceptions, 8 passes defended, 8 quarterback pressures, 2 forced fumbles.
And Brian Young with the stop of Maurice Smith short of the first down. They went straight ahead with Smith. And Brian Young, the second-year man out of Texas, El Paso, with a good stop.
Well, they come right up the middle right here. He swims Travis Claridge. If we can get another shot of it by chance before they punt, he just swims over the top. Now, Travis Claridge, 71, is playing out of position. He's playing left guard. And what Brian Young does is he just backdoors him. He swims him real fast, and it gets in the backfield. It's the penetration that disrupts plays.
Dre Bly is deep. Receive the punt of Chris Moore. So it's 3 and out for the Falcons on their first series in the second half. Toward the sideline, Dre Bly waits for a fair catch and takes it at about the 20-yard line. St. Louis Rams will go on offense after a 46-yard punt by Chris Moore.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Siemens. Siemens, global network of innovation.
Well, what do the Rams have to do? They've clinched a playoff berth. They've clinched the NFC West. They've got a first-round bye. Now they're looking for home field advantage all the way through. And after that,
win today, they'll be able to check that off. That's right. Like a Palm Pilot. That's exactly, you know, you see the box, your to-do. Palm Pilot has a to-do list here. Mine is so long, I'll never get to it.
Falk and Hodgins in the backfield. Ricky Kroll, Torrey Holt, the wide receivers. Marshall Falk on first down. Gets about 4 on the play. Falk with 10 carries, about 73 yards in the game.
You know, Jim Hannafin has done an outstanding job with offensive line at a lot of different places he's been. And this line here is no exception. It rates right up there with the best of them. Look at Timmerman's day today. They brought him here 2.5 years ago for the sole purpose of blocking Bryant Young from San Francisco. He did. That's what they brought him here for. They caused him so much problems. What an asset he's been.
Marshall Faulk on second down, running hard. Finally shoved down by Henri Crockett. Ed Jasper was in on the tackle for the Falcons.
Take a look at Tim. Look at the timing. Look at the job he does. He just seals the linebacker off, and Marshall Faulk waits for him. The one thing that jumps out at me with this offensive line is the timing. How well they all work together.
Here's 3rd and 1 for the Rams. And it's Marshall Faulk. He finds the hole. He gets 2 on the play. First down for St. Louis.
You know, and when you talk about this offense, you're talking about Warner and Falk and MVPs and all the speed at receivers. But Mike Marks said the key to this whole offense, when he installed it, he sat down with Charlie Army and the president John Shaw, and everybody said, what we need is we need 2 tackles who can hold up without help. Now, what does that mean? Well, that means 2 guys that can pass block without bringing in a tight end or without bringing in running backs to chip. They need those running backs and tight ends to get up the pass coverage.
That's one of those tackles, Ryan Tucker, and he's got an injury to the left leg, and man, he looks in pain, and that's a bad sign.
That's not a good thing,
yes.
Because he's been a tough guy that plays through pain, battles through injury. He's had some problems earlier in the year with his knee, and he bounced back from it, but that's not a good sign. When he's coming out, you can rest assured he's hurt bad.
Rod Jones, number 60, who backs up both starting tackles, moves to the right side. First down, Rams. Falk goes in motion. Warner throws low and a little behind Ernie Conwell. There's Ryan Tucker sitting down. Here's what happened.
2nd and 10.
There's 50 right there.
Body all twisted, body's falling all over him. Big Ryan Tucker on the sideline being checked out. That's one of the concerns late in the season, the injuries heading for the playoffs. But the Rams will have a bye week, and the players will have the entire week off except a few days of conditioning. Warner faked the toss, outside completing. Oz Hakeem on the reception, gets up to the 38-yard line. Bring up a 3rd down. Usually we see the Rams trying to go deep. They've been very patient, I think, in this game.
Well, they have been patient because Atlanta's not giving them anything deep. They're giving him everything underneath. And they're hoping that Kurt Warner will get impatient and throw it deep. And he has twice. And when he has, it's been intercepted. And that's been a key. Now, the patience of the secondary of Atlanta, they've been extremely good at sitting there and waiting before they commit.
Rams are 3 for 5 on 3rd down. This is 3rd and 4. Warner feels pressure, being chased, and he's got the first down, but there's a flag behind him. He gets out of bounds up at the 44-yard line. Ronnie Bradford took him out. And that's Brady Smith, who is chasing Kurt Warner on the play, but the penalty is against the Rams.
Well, again, nobody was open, Sam.
Holding offense number 62. That's a 10-yard penalty. It remains 3rd down.
Adam Timmerman called for the hold.
And when Kurt Warner is scrambling, that's not a good sign. I want you to watch the matchups here. Now they play a little bit of man. They're manned up now. Man free. See the free safety? Look how deep he is. He's 3/4 of the way down the field. But there's no place to throw the ball, so they mix up a little bit. First, I got that big blanket coverage. That time, Don Blackman, the defensive coordinator, went man free and threw a little wrinkle at Kurt. He had to take off and run the ball.
First penalty of the game for the Rams. It's still 3rd down. They've got to get to the 42 for a first down. Warner gets time. Throws short underneath, complete to Oz Hakeem, and he's hit down by Darian Gordon. And the Rams will be forced to punt. There's another case of the underneath was open, nothing down the field.
Well, that's because they only rushed 3 defensive linemen, and they dropped 8 defenders, Sam. Watch this. 3-man rush. There's only 3. 1, 2, 3. And that's all the rush is. Now, look how deep they're going to get in the coverage of this. Look at them. Look at this back here. It's all covered. There's only that right underneath.
Second punt of the game for John Baker. Darian Gordon, the NFL leader in punt returns, is deep for Atlanta. It's a high kick. Goes over toward the sideline. Gordon lets it bounce, and it bounces out of bounds at the 22-yard line, and that's where the Falcons will have it. The Rams have the comfortable lead. Nick Sorensen was on special teams.
The Falcons have a punt block on Watch Finneran. He gets drugged down inside. He gets held right there by Tommy Polley. He gets him pulled down, and that thing would have been blocked. No call.
Falcons start from the 23. Rodney Thomas and George Lane in the backfield. Vick outside, put it on the ground, intended for Terrence Mathis.
That just slipped right out of his hand.
Ryan Tucker, sprained ankle. Questionable return as they check out the left leg.
It's a tough situation to play in, you know, when you got everything wrapped up and you're playing a team that's struggled some this year at times, starting a rookie quarterback, and you don't want to get injured, but you want to win the game.
The good news is they have a week off, a full week off. Vick with a deep drop, plenty of time. He throws and he completes to Sean Jefferson up at the 44-yard line. Vick likes that more than throwing out of the shotgun, doesn't he, Bill?
Well, he used to be a shotgun guy when he was at Virginia Tech, but now he likes the feeling of dropping back, and he likes taking the ball from under center. And the reason is because when he gets the ball out of shotgun, he wants to throw it right now. And the receivers aren't even into their routes yet. They're only about 6 or 7 yards into their route. With the drop from behind center, he's a little bit more patient so the receivers can run their routes.
Gain 21 on the play. Terrence Mathis in motion on first down. Vick again with the drop. Nobody open. Being rushed. Down he goes. Leonard Little. 4th sack of the game for the Rams. Second for Leonard Little, giving him 14.5 on the season.
Yeah, watch Algie Crumpler. He had him open several times. First, he's going to run a little double move. He's going to turn it right here. And now when he sees he's covered, he's open. Now watch. Right there again, he should have thrown it. And by that time, he gets drugged down.
That's experience or lack of experience.
Exactly. No question about it. This is the first in many, many steps in the maturation process of a young quarterback in the NFL. It's tough.
3 wide receivers. The flag goes down. It's already a false start with all the noise.
Offense number 85. 5 yards remains, second down.
Brian Kozlowski is the man who moved. Veteran player. In a game that has a lot of meaning, the Jets have just gone ahead of Oakland. Jets trying to make the playoffs. Oakland trying to secure a bye in the AFC. That's a big playoff game. A game with playoff implications. 5th penalty of the game for Atlanta, and a lot of them have been the false starts. 3 wide receivers in. Jefferson, Mathis, and Finneran. Vick throwing and completing to Brian Kozlowski.
Nice.
Fights his way into Rams territory for the 49-yard line. Comes up a couple of yards short of the first down.
Nice throw by the young quarterback. And Michael Vick stands in the pocket. Look at that thing. I mean, that's
pretty good. Yeah. You know, you asked Dan Reeves, does this guy have the potential to be a big-time quarterback in this league? And he didn't hesitate.
Yeah, he didn't. And that surprised me because he hasn't played that much and that often and seen a lot of the defenses. But he feels he's got all the intangibles to be a great quarterback.
Picked up 19 on the last play. This is 3rd and 3. Vick looking, wanted to run for it, comes up short. Got back to the line of scrimmage. Grant Wistrom made the stop.
And take a look. Right here, Tommy Polley. He's going to be the spy guy on this. Watch, he just waits. He's looking at Vick. See him mirroring Vick? He's just waiting for Vick. And he sheds the block. Rodney Thomas then just gets in there. That's a little spy package. And when you play a guy like Michael Vick, you better have somebody committed to him. If you don't, he'll burn you.
Dre Bly is back at around his 10-yard line. Chris Moore way up in the air. Fair catch waved for by Bly, and he takes it at around the 11-yard line. Hang time of 4.9 seconds. 40-yard punt, a good one, and no return. They're the two defensive coordinators. They are the closest of friends. They were college roommates at Tulsa. And Don Blackman is godfather to Lovie Smith's oldest son. They're good buddies and working against each other here today. Kurt Warner throwing on first down. And he's got his man, Torrey Holt, with a good grab at the 30-yard line. No one touched him down. Then the Falcons realized it. 20-yard pickup.
A lot of what this offense is all about is one sets up the other. This route right inside here is going to clear it open right here. They draw the safety over the top. And when you take that over the top, then something else. That's what this whole... Mike Martz said his whole offensive thing is just kind of deception. He just tries to create some kind of deception and see who bites on it. And whoever bites, Kurt Warner takes advantage of.
5 catches, 55 yards for Torrey Holt. Inside handoff to Marshall Falk. Good hole. Falk up to the 44-yard line. Man, he sees that hole and he just flies through it.
He gets up into the original hole and didn't like it and found a different direction. And that's, look at the patience and the gliding, just gliding behind the line of scrimmage, and he just takes it outside. He finds another place. He's slow in the backfield until he makes his decision. And once he makes his decision, boom, there's a burst.
Good block by Rod Jones, number 60, who's replaced the injured Ryan Tucker at right tackle. First down at the 44. Jeff Robinson in motion. Warner under pressure. He got rid of it and completes it. And the ball is fumbled but recovered by Orlando Pace. Marshall Falk was hit and fumbled the ball. It might have been Torrey Holt, excuse me.
It was Torrey Holt over the middle. Ed Jasper's going to get some pressure right on top of Kurt Warner. Kurt Warner eludes it, gets the ball off to Holt. And Holt trying to cross. Chuck Wiley, that was 99, and stripped him on the backside.
Nice play by Orlando Pace. With a recovery at midfield. 6th catch of the game for Torrey Holt. 2nd and 4 for the Rams. Warner on the roll, and he completes it to the tight end, Ernie Conwell. Down the sideline. Conwell just fools his way inside the 5-yard line. Wow. Speed and power. Ernie Conwell.
Take a look at this. This is just a little sprint pass. And there's the release by Conwell out to the flat. But watch what happens here when he gets to the sideline. One missed tackle, another missed tackle. A lot of speed, too.
And he just blasted into Ronnie Bradford.
It appeared that the Falcons were waiting for one another, like, oh, there's a couple other guys that'll make the tackle. And nobody ever got there.
47-yard completion, longest in Ernie Conwell's career. 1st and goal at the 3. Ball to the goal line. Touchdown, Rams. Put another one up for Marshall Falk, his 21st touchdown of the season. His 59th as a St. Louis Ram. That's a franchise record. And the 110th of his career, and he passes Barry Sanders for 9th place all time. Oh, the records keep dropping.
That was just a little trap play right up the gut. Adam Timmerman.
The extra point by Wilkins is good. The Rams have a 24-6 lead.
Watch 62 right there on the trap. Bang. He gets the trap. Marshall Falk gets the explosion.
It looked good, it sounded good, and it feels good. The Rams have the big lead.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 36. By Miller Lite, grab a Miller Lite. It's Miller time. By Taco Bell, think outside the bun. And by GM, the car company in overdrive.
The Rams can hurt you in just so many ways. It's Warner's passing, it's Falks receiving and running, and then you got the great tight end in Ernie Conwell. Derek Vaughn at the 5 on the return. Finds the lane. Could be a big one. Derek Vaughn. He's going all the way. Derek Vaughn, touchdown Atlanta. The 4th of his career, 1st of the season, in his 2nd against the Rams. He scored on one last year here. A 96-yard kickoff return for Derek Vaughn.
And this place got quiet.
That's a stunner.
Yeah, there's one area, let me say a second area of concern. Other than turnovers for the Rams, it's been their special teams, the play of the special teams. You see what happened in that wedge? I mean, with the separation. You have to stay in your lanes on kickoff coverage. You can't. There was a huge gap in there. Somebody gave up their lane right in the middle of the field.
Vaughn's kickoff return here in St. Louis last year was also 96 yards. Feely with the extra point, and it's good. And the Falcons, whose special teams have been good all year, and they produce as Derek Vaughn goes 96 yards, and the Falcons get their first touchdown. If you're looking for something different in your sports viewing, try the Best Damn Sports Show period. Host Chris Rose, Tom Arnold, and a bunch of ex-jocks. Only show that gives you sports comedy, commentary, scores, and highlights. Kick back, relax, and enjoy Best Damn Sports Show period. Now available weeknights only on Fox Sports Net. Jay Feely kicking off. That ball is going out of bounds, and the Rams will start from the 40-yard line. Not that they have to. Their touchdown drives today have been 82, 75, and 89. So you give them some extra yardage.
You don't like to give them 20 more yards. Hey, it's tough enough dealing with this offense without giving them yards.
Final game of the regular season. The absolute final game is tomorrow night in Baltimore, Minnesota at Baltimore, with Denny Green gone from the Minnesota Vikings. Today, New England wins the AFC East. They're trying to get a bye. They would get a first-round bye if the Jets hold on and beat Oakland. And the Jets would make the playoffs if they hold on to win. From the 40, Falk and Hodgins in the backfield. Rod Jones remains in at right tackle for St. Louis. The play fake by Warner. He throws and completes it to Torrey Holt. 7th catch of the game into Falcons territory at the 44-yard line. Torrey Holt having a big game.
Man-to-man coverage outside here with Ray Buchanan, and this is about a 15-yard dig. Because when he hits it at about 15 yards, he plants his right foot. Watch. 5, 10, right at about 15, he breaks it off into a dig route and right on the run. I never, or let me say this, rarely do I ever see any of the catches caught by a receiver in this Rams offense and they're stopped. They are always running when they catch the ball.
Picked up 17. Warner on first down. Out to Ernie Conwell. There he goes again. Down to the 36-yard line. Last week, the tight ends did not catch a pass for the Rams, and that was only the 2nd time that's happened all season.
The thing about it is, it's this offense, and whatever is working, you go to. Now, some of the receivers are taken away here because a lot of their routes have been taken away. Their deep routes have been taken away because of that blanket kind of coverage. So they're taking the things underneath, which has been Marshall Faulk and the tight ends. But whatever needs to work, they'll get it, and they'll get it done.
Warner closing in on 2nd place all-time single-season passing yardage. Faulk carrying, runs hard inside the 30. Keith Brooking is brought down. 3-year period, no one has put up more yards than the St. Louis Rams. The Chargers were one of the greats ever, with Dan Fouts and his receiving core. Wes Chandler.
Charlie Joyner
was there.
Muncie. course, the tight end.
Kellen Winslow. But Kurt Warner, 3 years, has done it better than anybody else. Look at that. Marino and Fouts. Now Warner surpassed that. Warner throwing, and he completes inside the 10-yard line.
Same route.
Torrey Holt again now has 81 catches on the season. That's his 8th of the game.
Guess what they're going to do now? Well, not maybe right now. Maybe not right now.
Yes,
but it was the same. It was the same exact route again. The same exact route, Torrey Holt. And this time the safety was a little bit closer. The safety came in there and jumped in there tight. Now, not right here, but sometime in the next possession, they'll use that same route and they'll take it upfield. Use a slant, go.
21-yard pickup, 1st and goal. The play fake, Warner looking, throwing, touchdown! Ricky Prohl with his 2nd of the game. Kurt Warner's 3rd. Warner keeps piling up the passing yards. And the Rams put up another 30-plus point game on Atlanta. This guy's amazing.
Well, it just takes time, and they'll figure you out.
You know what Dan Reeves said? If you didn't have to play on it, he'd like to sit and watch it. He'd have a good time watching it, but he's got to play against it.
You don't like watching it from the opposing bench,
No.
that's for sure.
Look at this team march down the field, 60 yards in 3 minutes. 5 plays, 60 yards. And Ricky Prohl, the number 4 receiver, with Isaac Bruce out, he's getting plenty of playing time.
Watch Prohl. Watch what he does here in this zone defense. He just gets behind, works his way. The one thing he's really good at is using his body to create an opening. And that was just, all he did was use his body.
How'd that pass get through? Amazing.
Kurt Warner is amazing.
He now has thrown for the 2nd highest passing yardage total single season in NFL history. Only Dan Marino has thrown for more yards in a single season than Kurt Warner. Ricky Prohl.
I still don't know if I've ever seen anybody make the decision and react to it as quick as Kurt Warner. Because defenses are so complex in today's football, and the things that they do and the things that they come at you with. The speed of the linebackers is so fast. The speed of the players is so great. I really don't believe I've ever seen or witnessed a quarterback make his quick decision and get the ball where he wants it to be in such a quick manner as Kurt Warner.
Just past Dan Fouts. Over 4,800 yards. Derek Vaughn dropped the ball, picks it up. And this time he slides down. Was cut as he got to the 18-yard line. We have come to the end of the 3rd quarter, and the St. Louis Rams continue to put on the greatest offensive show on earth. With 264 yards today, Kurt Warner has the 2nd highest single season total in NFL history. Can he get 270 yards in the 4th quarter? That might be
anything's possible here.
That's asking a little much.
If they wanted to. If they wanted to, Sam.
Falcons from their own 18. Vic handing to Rodney Thomas. And he battles his way up to the 25-yard line. 3 touchdown passes for Kurt Warner. Ricky Prohl. What a grab that was. Ernie Conwell. He's had a big game. Marshall Faulk runs it in. And Ricky Prohl again. So you take Isaac Bruce out of the lineup. He was injured on the first play. And they're still doing fine.
Hobbs. Roy Hobbs.
The natural. That pass was incomplete, intended for Sean Jefferson.
Question, Sam. What would you rather do? I'm going to give you a list.
Okay.
Would you rather A, eat Brussels sprouts, B, have root canal without any kind of deadening pain, or go out there and try to defend this Rams offense?
You're nasty.
But that's nasty. That is, if you're a defensive personnel or you're a defensive-minded guy, as I am, as I watch this thing, I kind of marvel at it, but I would hate to have to play against it.
Here's 3rd and 4 for the Falcons. Vick being rushed, stepped away from Leonard Little, gets rid of it, incomplete. Too high for Sean Jefferson. And the Rams have done a great job of bringing pressure on the rookie quarterback, Michael Vick. Leonard Little has had a couple of sacks today. And that's something the Rams talk about, wanting to get more pressure. If there's one thing still that they need to do better, it's bring more heat on opposing quarterbacks.
You know, it would be a great injustice if somewhere along the lines, and all due respect to all the other teams that are in the playoffs for the MC, but somewhere along the lines, if Chicago's defense doesn't get a chance to see this offense.
There'll be some NFC championship game. This is a short kick by Chris Moore. Bounces down at the 41-yard line. Falcons touch it and bring it down. It's where they initially touched it that it'll be spotted at the 42-yard line. 33-yard punt. And here go the Rams on offense, looking to add to the records.
And they still got their starters out there.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Volkswagen. On the road of life, there are passengers and there are drivers. By Visa, it's everywhere NFL fans want to be. By Bud Light, for the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down, make it a Bud Light. And by Siemens. Siemens, global network of innovation.
Mike Martz, head coach for 2 years in St. Louis. He was the offensive coordinator 3 years ago under Dick Vermeil. The Rams have now gone over 500 points 3 consecutive years. First time that's ever been done in NFL history. He was the offensive coordinator in '99 and the head coach the last 2 years. What a great offensive mind. I talked about innovative, and of course the man who pulls the trigger is that man, Kurt Warner. I want to take a moment to say hello to a St. Louis man who's one of the great people in sports and broadcasting, Jack Buck, who's in the hospital, but understand he's recovering and doing okay. His son Joe visited with us earlier today and is with Jack. So Jack, a big hello from all of us here at Fox Sports. When you come to St. Louis, you know that this is Jack Buck's town.
Deep appreciation for all he's done. And when you think about this game and when this game was supposed to be played, and when the sports resumed that following week, that speech he gave at the Cardinals baseball game was the most moving thing that I can recall.
Without a doubt, one of the great people in sports broadcasting history. From the 42-yard line, the Rams keep the machine going. The play fake, the fake throw, the dump off to Marshall Faulk. Across midfield to the 49-yard line. Patrick Kearney brings him down. Let's add another notch in the belt of Marshall Faulk. He has now moved into 10th all-time in total yardage, passing one of the greatest to ever play the game, Jim Brown of the Cleveland Browns. If you never saw this man play, you missed something special. Power, speed, determination. This was great. Jimmy Brown, and he is now passed by Marshall Faulk. Marshall Faulk, in his 8th year, is 3rd with the Rams. Hit hard, looking for the first down. He'll be close to the first down marker. Let's listen to this, Bill. Henry Crockett with the hit. It's a little short of the first down marker. Marshall Faulk is over 100 yards rushing, 16 carries, 105 yards, 30th 100-yard game of his career, and 5th this season. Here's 3rd and 1. Faulk, he's got it, and a whole lot more. Down to the 39-yard line. He needed 1, he picked up 10.
I feel like I'm in Washington, D.C. at the building of archives and records. I just sit here and the records just keep piling up. Every time he touches the ball, anytime something happens, it's a different record. Marshall Faulk, once again, takes his time in the backfield, sees the hole, and when he gets through, he's looking at the safeties downfield. They're flowing to the right. He cuts it back on.
Spotted it at the 40. It's a 9-yard pickup. Faulk and Hodgins in the backfield. Robinson in motion. And Warner. Pass was blocked and intercepted. Chuck Wiley with the interception. The third interception of the game for the Falcons. They block the pass and pick it off.
It's batted down by Travis Hall, or batted up. Wiley with the interception. Better take that home with you. Put it on the mantle.
Fox's coverage of the NFL playoffs begins next Sunday. NFC wildcard game. It'll either be San Francisco at Green Bay or Tampa Bay at Philadelphia. And it all begins at 11:30 Eastern with the best pregame show there is. Two tight ends in. Vick being rushed. Steps away. Scrambles. Flag on the play. The pass is incomplete. Flag down. The pass intended for Brian Kozlowski, but a hold against the Falcons.
You know, Michael Vick, with one thing the offensive line is going to have to get used to is
holding. Offense number 66. 10 yards, remains first down.
He's had a long day.
Michael Thompson.
Yeah. But what happens when you have a scrambling type quarterback? You don't know where he is behind you. You're looking this way, and he's back here running around this way, and you don't know what to do. You see the handful of jersey he has on Brian Young. So you don't know where he's going. So if all of a sudden the guy you're blocking starts taking off to the right, you lose him because you don't have the leverage to get on, so you grab him.
1st and 20 for the Falcons, and Michael Vick. He throws and completes it to Sean Jefferson. 22-yard line. 10th completion of the game for Michael Vick. 10 for 24. 153 yards.
Hey, you know, when you talk about the Rams, right away you think of glitz and glamour and high profile. You don't think blue collar until you look at 98. He's all about blue collar. He's all about hard work. He's all about effort. He said he can't make it in this league. Self-proclaimed, I can't make it in this league on talent. The only thing I got going, the only reason I'm out on that field is I have effort.
On 2nd down, Vick throws. Jefferson with a catch and a big hit by London Fletcher. I don't know how Sean Jefferson held on to that ball.
He's trying to shake it off.
Man. Good grab, 12-yard pickup and a first down.
Sometimes you take out your Pro Bowl frustrations on other players, and that's one of them.
Man. First down Falcons at the Rams 46-yard line.
It looked like the Chuck Bednarik hit. You remember, remember that, Gifford? Absolutely.
On the draw play, London Fletcher read it. Brought down Rodney Thomas for a loss. London likes the tackle, likes the play, and gives us a little dance.
He's a tough one to get to.
You know, you talk about Grant Wistrom. Is he over Nebraska losing in the Rose Bowl?
No. Nebraska folks don't get over that very easily.
No, and his brother plays tight end for Nebraska.
Plus Damian Lewis, the first-round draft choice for the Rams. He's not back in town yet. He went to Miami, so he actually went to the Rose Bowl.
Vick looked like a design run, and he's chased out of bounds by Dexter McCleon in midfield. You see the frustration on the part of the youngster, Michael Vick. It'll take a little time off the end of the season, then get into the weight room, and then start studying a lot of film to learn a lot more about this game.
You know, as a rookie in this league, and I don't care what position you play, your second year you just have so much confidence because it's I've been there before. You know, it's almost like the second time you jump into the pool. The first time you jump in the pool, you don't know what to expect. Is the water going to be cold? Is it warm? Is it deep? The second time you jump in, you know what's coming. You know what to expect. That's what his next year is going to be like.
Have to get to the 36 for a first down. Vick being pressured. Gets away. Now he runs. 40. He's got the first down. That's what he can do. There's another athletic play. Boy, he's a beautiful runner. He gets up slowly here. That's a heck of a run.
He put a move on old Aeneas Williams out there.
Picked up 16 on this one.
Well, Wistrom almost gets there. Watch Grant. Grant's around the top. He thinks he's there, and just as he gets there, whoop, gone. But watch the move. He gets on Aeneas Williams. Oh, that's frustrating. You know, when you turn that corner, you battle through and you close the pocket and you grab for the leg and you end up with air.
Five rushes, 58 yards for Michael Vick, the leading rusher for the Falcons, as he was last week in Miami. Being chased, dumps it off, complete to Rodney Thomas out in the backfield, and he's down to the 23-yard line. Enough for another Atlanta first down.
Well, one thing you can, if you've seen anything out of Michael Vick today, it's been his athleticism, his escapability, if you will, elusiveness. And you can see how he can create great problems for a defense just with that part of his arsenal intact. Now, the things he needs to work on, obviously, are the reads, understanding defenses and what they're doing, routes, where your receivers are going to be, accuracy, and orchestrating the offense overall, because he's the guy that has to conduct the whole thing to make it work.
He's checking off at the line here, going up and down. And now timeout has been called. Trying to change the play. The noise was nearly deafening. 7:24 to go in the game, and the Rams are closing in on home field throughout the playoffs. Last season, the Rams gave up over 29 points a game. This season, down under to just over 17. Fourth best improvement in NFL history.
How about this? They haven't allowed a 100-yard rusher all season long, Sam.
And they won't today. The pass was dropped. Algie Crumpler was hit on a good throw by Michael Vick. But Crumpler could not hold on.
Talk about the defense and the turnaround. And the thing about it is, you know, the sacks have been up, okay, and the rushing yards have been down. And a lot of that has to do with their offense. You know, their offense gets a lead. So teams are passing more, your sacks go up, and running less, so you don't have that 100-yard rusher. But all in all, what a drastic improvement over last year.
Rams have 6 sacks in the game. Vick waiting for someone to get open. He dropped the ball, still loose, and looks like the Rams have it. They do.
Grant Wistrom.
Wistrom recovers the fumble.
There he is, all 98. Wistrom.
And Vick, that's the bugaboo for Michael Vick, his second fumble of the game.
Again, in the pocket with the ball. Take a look, Sam. He feels it coming down around him, and the ball's sitting out there with one hand. He tried to pull it down, but Wistrom got there, and then he took it away from him, and that thing was loose. Ball security in the pocket is huge.
Leonard Little is the man who recovered the fumble. Wistrom forced it. Little recovers it. Michael Vick with 3 turnovers in the game. Grant Wistrom, boy, did he work on Bob Whitfield there. That was a heck of a rush.
That's all he does is work. He works and he works and he works, and that's what it's all about.
Good numbers for the Rams on defense.
He needs to work on that hair. Actually, I kind of like it.
Hey, I'll never complain about hair.
That's the wildness.
No gain on the play on Reed Crockett.
I love the guy.
Stopping Marshall Faulk.
Anybody that plays the game like Grant Wistrom plays the game. And there's a number of players like that with the passion.
Passion is the key word, Bill.
That's it. And that's the way the game was meant to be played. You know, you look at teams around the league. Ability will get you to the top of the league. Look at Minnesota. Look at New Orleans. But it's character, desire, and passion that'll keep you there. And that's what the St. Louis Rams have all across the board.
There's 2nd and 10. Starters still in there for the Rams. Even with a big lead, Marshall Faulk finds the hole, spins, still going. There goes Marshall Faulk. Trying to outrun everybody. Hudson drags him down at the 31. Marshall Faulk brings them out of their seats. He has rushed for 166 yards. He's caught 5 passes for 58. And the offensive machine continues to roll. Timeout, says Kurt Warner.
Well, the clock.
Play clock had run down.
Took him a while to get to the line. Watch the spin move he puts right there on Brooking. And then the cutback when he sees the safeties going to the right.
You can't stop that.
Character, passion, desire.
With only 5:29 remaining, it looks like the St. Louis Rams are going to do what the fans want them to do.
That's right. Put that big check in there. Go ahead, fill it all in.
There you go.
Home field advantage. And it's going to be tough for teams to come in here because what they do in the Dome is just sensational.
They did it in '99. They'll try to do it again this year. Marshall Faulk. All right, Bill, how about keeping the starters in here this late in the game? The game is virtually locked up. 5:20 to go.
Well, trunk candidates coming in right now, but most of the other starters are in. And the thing about Mike Martz, I asked him about this. How are you going to treat this game? Even if what if Chicago lost? How are you going to treat it? He says, you know what? He said, I have a tough time getting these guys off the field. He said they want to be on the field when the gun sounds.
The cheers are for Marshall Faulk. He's getting a standing ovation from the sellout crowd. They know they're watching something special. On second down, trunk candidate is hit and dropped. Chris Draft, number 54, with a tackle. And Ed Jasper was there as well.
Marshall Faulk, this was his last run of the day. Take a look at Draft. There's Brooking. He's spun on Brooking 3 or 4 times now. I mean, it's just been a long day when you have to defend against the speed of the receivers. When you got Conwell coming underneath, and then they gash you with Faulk running the ball.
226 total yards. He rushed for 168 yards and 1 touchdown. On the end around, Oz Hakeem hit at the 24-yard line. And it looks like the field goal kicking unit will come out for the Rams. Rams will have a week off, a couple of days of conditioning this week, but other than that, they'll stay away from it and rest their bodies.
Yeah, Mike Martz says that's what he does. When they have a bye week in the middle of the season, he says, get out of here. I don't want you around here. I don't want you watching film. I don't want you practicing.
Kurt Warner gets upset with that. He wants to watch film. He wants to do something.
and he tells Kurt, he says, hey, Kurt, I think you can throw the 7 route, the 8 route. You don't need to do it 20 times this week in practice. I've seen you do it, kid. You can do it. You got a future in this league.
Wilkins' 42-yard field goal try is off the upright, no good. Oh, they can make a mistake, huh? That's not like Jeff Wilkins in the Dome. He's upset with that. He hooked it. 3:08 remaining. Rams stay at 31-13. Mike Martz shakes his head.
Mike Martz is probably thinking he should have gone for it.
The turnovers. Now, they threw 3 interceptions today. Is that something they really have to worry about? I would assume when you get to playoff time, every turnover becomes crucial.
Yeah, I think so. Especially against teams that offensively can put points up against you. It's really crucial. Now, they've had the bravado, and they have the mindset in which offensively it doesn't slow them down. They don't care. They're going to be aggressive. They're going to take their chances. But in the playoffs, that's a different story, because the teams that are in the playoff are there for a reason. They can score points.
4 wide receivers, inside handoff, Quentin McCord thrown. No, he slipped the tackle. Slips another one. How about Quentin McCord getting back to the 40-yard line? Looked like trouble, but he slipped away and picks up 8 on the play. Adam Archuleta made the tackle. Turnovers have been a key. If you beat the Rams, you've got to force them to turn the ball over.
What are they at today? They three turnovers.
3-3.
And they took the ball away 3 times.
That's
too?
right.
So they're still at -10 for the year. I don't know. I don't have it in front of me. Maybe we can ask our stats guy. I don't know if there's ever been a playoff team with home field advantage ever in the history of the game that's done it on a -10 turnover ratio. Normally, your best teams are at the top of the turnover ratio, +10, +12, +15. I don't know in the history of the league if any team's had the best record in football and been -10.
Something to check out. Demetrius Butler, backup cornerback, is down on the field. Few injuries for the Rams today. Ryan Tucker, the starting right tackle, went out with an ankle injury. Early in the game, Isaac Bruce suffered back spasms, and he saw very little action. And here you see the backup, Demetrius Butler. The good news is Ryan Tucker has stayed on the field and on the bench. Just under 3 minutes remaining as the Rams are closing in on their 14th win of the season. Coming up tonight on Fox, don't miss new episodes of Futurama, King of the Hill, The Simpsons, Malcolm in the Middle, and The X-Files. It's all new. It all starts after football, except on the West Coast, right here on Fox. Demetrius Butler walking very slowly on that left leg. In NFL history, there have been 17 teams to win 14 games. Of those 17, 11 have gone to the Super Bowl and 8 have won the Super Bowl. Terrence Mathis in motion on second down. Vick throws incomplete, wide of Brian Kozlowski, who says he was held.
He was held. Adam Archuleta pulled the jersey almost off his back.
It was almost intercepted by Dexter McCleon, too. Well, are changes in the works for the Atlanta Falcons? That's a big question. On the other side of the field, Chris Chandler not playing today, the third quarterback. Will he be back? That's a big salary cap situation.
Salary cap's a big issue for them. They'll get rid of some players.
Will Jamal Anderson be back?
With a restructured contract.
That throw dropped. That was a good one. Terrence Mathis should have had it. That was well thrown by Michael Vick.
I think Dan, going back to Jamal Anderson, Dan wants to give him a chance to come back, but with that cap number and the salary the way it's going to be,
and it's 2 ACL surgeries, one on each leg.
Yeah, and he came back nicely from the first one, but coming back from the second one, when you have two of them, as Dan said, when you're a player and you blow a knee, when you cut, now you're thinking about your cuts. They're not instinctive. They just don't happen. So he'll come back with a restructured contract. They have to make a decision on Chandler.
Falcons going for it on 4th and 2. Vick has time deep down the sideline.
Nice ball.
A little too far.
Nice ball.
Covered by Dexter McCleon on the play. You like the way he threw that?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I mean, that was there. That was there. I mean, you look at where he threw the ball from, the far hash. He's going to throw the ball all the way from this hash mark right here. Look at that. And throw it across the field. And look where he lays it. That's a heck of a throw. You got to lay out and make that grab, or there's another area they need too.
Wide receiver.
They need a big time wide receiver.
Speed.
Yes. They've got to take a close look at their offensive line and see if they've got the right guys there. They need a big time pass rusher, and they got to take a look at the safety position as well defensively.
On the scoreboard right there, just want to update the fans. Jets need to win to make the playoffs. Oakland wins, they get a first-round bye. New England has clinched the AFC East. Rams have the ball. Trump candidate has the carry down to the 38-yard line. Keith Crooking made the tackle. As time winding down toward the 2-minute warning, and the St. Louis Rams are 2 minutes away from locking up home field advantage throughout the playoffs. The Rams with the big lead on the Falcons. Well, we have put this one in the win column for the Rams, making Mike Martz the winningest single-season coach in Rams history. Dick Vermeil went 13-3 the Super Bowl year in '99. This year it's 14 wins for Mike Martz and the Rams. Across the way, we're reaching the end of a splendid football career for 62-year-old George Sefcik, who will retire offensive coordinator, running backs coach, 5 years with the Atlanta Falcons. He's had a terrific career as an assistant coach in the NFL, and we wish him all the best. This is his last game. He is retiring after today. Good man.
And he was in Kansas City with me in 1989.
Right?
Yeah, he was the offensive coordinator there 1 year.
And very loyal to Dan Reeves. He was an assistant under Dan in New York and Dan Reeves in Atlanta. And a little double reverse action. Oz Hakeem.
Warner blocked.
No, it's Torrey Holt, excuse me. They're trying to rip the ball out of his hand.
Not a good idea. I don't like it. I don't like it. No, not at all. Not at all. You got Kurt Warner as your lead blocker out in front. I mean, this team will go as far as Kurt Warner takes it, okay? Because if he goes down now, that's the last thing you need. Hey, he's out in front. Why? He's going to get up here and be a lead blocker.
That's unbelievable. That's Kurt Warner. He won't let up. And Torrey Holt, one of your star receivers, kind of surprising call. But we're in the final seconds of the season. As time winds down, we want to thank our producer, Michael Burks, our director, Rich Russo, associate director, Rich Dewey, broadcast associate, Tom Yohe, technical producer, David Graham, studio show produced by Scott Ackerson, directed by Bob Levy, senior producer of Fox Sports, Bill Brown, executive producers of Fox Sports, Ed Gordon and David Hill. Our work on the Fox Box done by Ty Yohe, computer stats, Mark Sosna, our statistician in the booth, Emmett McGuire, our spotter, Gary Lynn. Our thanks to everyone at Fox Sports. It's been a great season. And once again, a pleasure working with you, Bill. And don't forget, the playoffs on Fox next Sunday. Wild card game. It'll be either San Francisco at Green Bay or Tampa Bay at Philadelphia. Coverage begins at 11:30 with the best studio show there is. JB, Terry, Chris, and Howie will be there to carry you through the playoffs and right through to the Super Bowl, February 3rd in New Orleans. That'll be on Fox. And Kurt Warner and the Rams hope to be there. On fourth down, Warner throwing, completing to Ernie Conwell. First down for the Rams. One last completion. And the St. Louis Rams. St. Louis will be the gateway to the Super Bowl. They have won 14 games, a franchise record. They'll have a week off and then begin their march. They will be the favorites, and they're looking forward to it.
There's 4 seasons in football, 4 quarters. There's the off season, there's the preseason, the regular season. They're entering the 4th stage, and the most important one, the postseason.
The Rams beat the Falcons 31-13 to go 14-2. We'll be right back. Back in St. Louis, where the Rams beat the Falcons 31-13. Here's a look at today's UPS leaderboard. UPS delivering today's leaders, and the records were falling. Kurt Warner fell 20 yards short of his 10th consecutive 300-yard passing, or 10th game of 300 yards passing, but he did throw for 3 touchdowns. Marshall Faulk, 226 total yards, 1 touchdown. Torrey Holt, 8 receptions, 97 yards. The leaders for the Rams, who go 14-2. The Falcons wind up 7-9. And now who will be the MVP? Will it be Kurt Warner or Marshall Faulk? We know who the MVP is in the studio. It's JB, and we're going to him right now.